Your embargo, if you want it for Saturday or Monday. Guys, the embargo will be for 10:30 on Sunday evening, please. Got 2 microphones. Could I ask if you could give me your name and organisation for your question?
Good afternoon, Pep. James from Sky. How pleased have you been with this past week, and also how much of your players kind of reminded you that they have the hunger in all competitions based on the performances against Burnley and at Shakhtar?
Well, good morning. Sometimes when we have the tendency, even the managers, when we don't win the games, it's because we are not hungry anymore. So I think the analysis is more sophisticated. It must be more sophisticated. So it never happened. All the players wanna play good, play well, and be ready, be part of the team. And we are lucky to have a depth squad with a huge quality, and everybody knows when they have time to play, they have to try to play good, because it doesn't happen. The other one is ready to play. And but it was so important, especially in the Champions League, because in that period, when you make 1 or 2 misses, maybe you cannot qualify for the next round. So the first stage of the season, the Champions League, is so important. And after drop points against Lyon in 1-0 the first minute in Hoffenheim, the situation was critical. But we react well, especially the last game in Donetsk, where we make, in Kharkiv against Shakhtar, we were good in a high level, and we are in the position is in our hands, and that's why it's much better. Of course, it's not over. Everything can happen in that competition, but now it's time to focus in the Premier League. But there are 4 or 5 teams, all together with the distant 2 points, and everything can happen.
A lot of the big teams in the Premier League who had players at the World Cup have struggled to get the best form out of their players, and they've struggled with injuries. How pleased have you been with perhaps your staff and your strategy and making sure your players are now coming through that and they're playing their best football?
We try to do our best. Always when we do in that way and it works, it's because we are a genius, or how good we are, the medical staff and everybody. But doing the same, maybe we can have 10 injuries. So sometimes the consequence of your actions, you never know. It's because that's the reason why. But I have to admit, we have an incredible medical department, an incredible physios. Last season we were the best. Few injuries, and I think that is the most important department, because you can keep the players fit or alive in terms of no injuries. Is the most value investment, or the cheaper investment for the club. To pay the salaries for the players when he cannot play is a more expensive issue, and that's why the department is so important. And this season, it just except one little thing from Gundogan, muscular issues, we are okay.
This game has been dominated by talk of the pitch at Wembley. I'm just wondering, A, how concerned you are about it, and whether you've done anything maybe here at the CFA with ground staff digging up the pitch so you get to play in those conditions.
It is what it is. I'm pretty sure that Tottenham had a good greenkeeper. It's what it is. So I think the Premier League doesn't like too much, and Tottenham neither, but it's what it is. So hopefully Tottenham can finish stadium as quick as possible, but it's what it is. So it's not necessary to complain about that. So we have to adapt quickly, try to figure out the pitch will not be in perfect conditions, and adapt. So we have to play in that way, and we have to do it.
But does that become a factor perhaps if you decide to play Kevin De Bruyne or not?
No.
So the pitch isn't a factor in that decision?
When they are fit, when you have full focus, what you have to do, you avoid the injuries. Normally the injuries happen when you are not 100% focused. So when you take care of yourself properly and you are focused and knowing that the pitch maybe is not in the best condition, you have to be ready, more ready than ever. But no, it's what it is. We're going to take a decision which is the best lineup. You're going to see.
Pep, Don McGuinness, TalkSport.
Yeah.
With that in mind, Kevin De Bruyne back again. How much of a problem is it for you with the team selection now? It's a good problem, I'm sure, but how big a decision do you have to make?
Yeah, it's always a problem. Yeah, always a problem because I am unfair. guys are not going to play when one deserves to play. But it's always is like this. I said many times, when they play or they training in a bad way, they are out of the selection for themselves. But that doesn't happen. Always they train good, they try to do their best, and when this happens, it's enough for us, for me, for all our staff. It will be tough, yeah, I know that. I will be unfair, I'm pretty sure of that, but not this 3 days ago, 4 days ago, when we play in Donetsk, I will unfair for many players who deserve to play.
And as a manager, how do you keep everybody happy then? That situation when inevitably somebody's going to be very disappointed.
They are, first of all, they are professional, and the second one, they are upset when they are not selected. During the game, they are not happy. After the game, they are not happy. But when they come back in the training session, they have to be happy. So it's not other solution. So they are professional, they know what it is. And the only way to play again is to convince me and convince his teammates, that is the most important thing. Because if they believe me in bad faces or bad moods, or I'm going to show how disappointed it is, they will have a big problem because they are not going to play. So I understand completely, but the day we come back to a training session, because the next game is here, out there, immediately, and they can convince me quite good when they are who they are. So, an amazing professionals.
Jonathan Smith, ESPN. You made a fantastic start to the season, yet if you lose against Spurs, you could drop out of the top four altogether. Does that show just how tough it is going to be this season to win the title?
Always is tough. Was in my third season here, and always was tough. So I didn't expect more than that. So nothing is going to change the opinion of my team. We're going to focus to try to win the game and do a good performance, knowing the quality of the Spurs side, but it's not going to finish anything. So after that, Fulham, Southampton, Shakhtar, United, and after that, the guy who is in front of you is going to have 1 week off.
Well, a lot of people have been talking about it being a two-horse race between City and Liverpool. Do you think do you think it's a 5-horse race for the title now?
I don't have doubt about that. So it's just 2 points difference in 4, 5, 6 teams. So it means they are so strong. If you see the lineup, the first 11 or 12, 13 players from Tottenham Hotspur, say. So the last 4, 5, 6 years, Tottenham is always there. And of course they cannot invest in players because they built an incredible stadium. The people say that, and it's a lot of money, and they don't have more money to spend. But it's a top side. So I said from the first year, it was my first defeat here, and I realized how strong they are. Last season we did it really well in both games, but the team continued being a guide for a good manager and a good players.
Hi Pep, Andy from the Press Association. James asked you earlier about your players and how they cope coming back from the World Cup. But do you think that's an issue Tottenham may have had early in this season?
I don't know. It's a question from Mauricio Pochettino. I don't know.
What do you think of their recent form?
About
Tottenham's recent form. What do you think of how they've been playing?
Our players?
No, Tottenham.
The Rangers.
No, how?
Sorry, I don't understand you.
What do you think of how Tottenham have been playing in the last few weeks?
When we see the game against Inter de Milan, for example, Champions League, or the last game at PSV Eindhoven, they were not worse than the opponents. Even I would say they were better. But again, that competition is special. In the Premier League, the numbers are the numbers, and the way they play are the way they play. So it's one of the teams I like the most to watch. I learn when I watch them. So a lot of international players. The bases are from English team, national team, young team. They have the good keeper, the good striker. So they have everything to be there.
Just before the Embala.
Hola Pep, Paul Bayus. Yourself and people from your staff have said that Tottenham is the team that during the same game has made you change the system and the formation like in several times. What do you think about that, and do you think that Tottenham is probably like a less common team in England?
No, No, it's one of them, but not. I think they play with 5 in the back. Sometimes they play in 4-4-2, 4-2-3-1, and sometimes play in diamond. Like season start here in diamond. So they can use it and change it again, but at the end the quality remains. So.
But is it like more demanding for you to have to change like during a game?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, when you know exactly the team is doing always the same, so it's more easy to control him. But we change during the game, and sometimes Eriksen play right in the middle or left, or sometimes play Song or Dele Alli or the other one. So of course they can change it. They pass 4 in the back to 5. The way you attack, the way you defend, change it, and they have to be prepared of that. So in a tactical way, is a team like really well prepared.
Okay, and just the last one. In the world of football, it's going to be like the first Barca Madrid like in 11 years that is not going to have Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. Do you think that it's like a hint that a new era like is closer or something like that?
Well, Cristiano is gone, but Messi is because he's injured. But I don't think he's going to be leave or retire soon. Hopefully not. So he's going to come back, and the next derby is not. It was unlucky because he's a guy who play a lot of games. He's never injured, so he's strong. So but sooner or later it's going to happen. But at the end, Barca Madrid, Madrid Barca is always a special game in Europe. The game of the week, all around in Europe, and it will be interesting to watch it.
Okay, guys, call an embargo, please, for 10:30 on.